So some people say, I don't know what to do. No, I do. Well, I can guarantee you one thing. If you do nothing, you look just like this. If you do something, you might look like this. So you see the difference? That's without exercise. This is with exercise. And so, do anything, do something. Do it for yourself, do it for your kids. Because, as I well know, genetics is coming to get me. That's the lie, of course. And my son is in there doing kuksul, which is like karate. So I'm making my kids do something. And we still struggle. So, let's see. First thought for the day, first day of doing YouTube channel. Do something, do anything. And don't pick more than one battle at a time. Which means if you want to quit smoking, but don't quit eating, quit or start working out. If you want to quit drinking, then don't smoke. Don't try and quit smoking, and don't try and lose weight. In my experience, if you try and do more than one thing at a time, you'll fail. In fact, if you already try and do one thing at a time, a lot of people fail anyway. Because they're not ready. If you're not ready, then don't do it. I always tell people the first thing that you have to do to lose weight is not gain weight. And some would say, like my wife maybe, that's a cop-out. But, it is what it is. And, change can be rough, change can be hard. And I'm probably a real good example of what a lot of people watching YouTube look like. Maybe not a lot of people, maybe just me. And the other one is small, fat, tall, skinny, whatever race. You gotta accept yourself. You gotta stop playing America. No more pity parties. Can't blame other people. We can't blame our parents, our genetics. I am the way I am because I am, and it's my fault. Even kids have to take some ownership of what the heck is going on with them. Like, oh, well, you didn't teach me enough to do my homework. That's a bunch of you-know-what. It's not true. Maybe it is true for some kids, but I think there's two things that get in some kids' way. Not loser. No one's a loser. Laziness and P for procrastination. Those, I could probably have those tattooed on my forehead because that's just me in a nutshell. So, and whether you believe it or not, this little thing, which is my little version of a cross, you gotta have some faith, higher power, something to give it up to. And so, do something, do anything, stop the excuses, and try and pick one thing you're going to work on. Whether it's going to the gym, but you could walk up and down 3 steps with a gallon of milk, and guess what? A gallon of milk in each hand, filled about a third full. Go up and down 3 steps, do that for 30 minutes, boom. You could sit in a chair, take some gallon of milk, and do biceps curls for 30 minutes, boom. As of course, as the doctor knows, before starting any program of exercise, check with your regular physician, especially if you have a heart condition. Well, if you have a heart condition, figure out how to get exercise and then do something. I always like it when we're seeing some teenagers who have weight issues and they want to play sports, but they can't. Even the Boy Scouts of America, they have a BMI chart, and kids who want to go to camp, who want to get to camp, Girl Scouts, can't go because on certain camp trips, because they're over the BMI. And I get that understanding. I'm a doctor, but I also know if you take away the cool camps, then they're just going to go back to video games, you know, or computers, or sit in front of the TV. So, I'm getting off my butt for today. I've done my cheat year, my cheat year, and I'm doing my cardio for the day. I'm watching karate. Got the in-laws at home. We're going to have some ceviche, which is pretty cool. It's a little fish, a little cilantro, some acid. The acid cooks the fish. Pretty cool, pretty cool. And I'll also go over some cool tips and tricks for eating and for losing weight. One real easy one. Drink 8 ounces of water before each meal. Your stomach should only have about as much as your fist for each meal. And my fist, of course, my fist goes from here to here. But most fists start here. And you can go to your doctor, you can go to the dietitian, you can go to anybody. You can go on a diet if you want, you know, whatever. And doctors like myself do give medicine to lose weight. But it still comes down to one thing. What I'm doing right now, which is getting a little bit more short of breath. So have a good day. Take the chance. Take the dive. It's like me if I was going to a nude beach. Oh my God. Probably shouldn't ever happen. But would I do it? I don't think so. That's how I've treated my life. My life, losing weight and getting healthy, is kind of like going on a nude beach. I never thought it would happen. Couldn't see myself doing it. I'm sure that other people didn't want to see me doing it. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? I always tell my patients and my people I know that if I was a stripper in Europe, I'd be Mr. Jiggles. But, you know, if you can't joke about yourself, whatever, but I also know that if you joke too much and you don't take yourself seriously, then you're not going to get anywhere. So, we'll also talk about, in an upcoming video, about the e-bike. I got my son and I an electric bike where you can take a bike and use the motor to go up hills. And that should be really cool. And I'll get into some products, you know. And I'm going to try and get my wife involved, see if she has anything she wants to do. Well, I'll sign off with a short of breath. Have a good evening. Buenas noches. Feliz Navidad. And one tidbit, if you're going to have a hamburger, take the top bread off, get rid of the ketchup, get the bottom bread off, and put all the veg you want on there with mustard, which has no sugar, and eat it with a fork. And that'll cut the carbs right there. And just something to try. And this ends. I was going to say, just like a doctor, right? And this ends the dictation. Or therein lies the lesson. Good night. Bye.